Alright, people. Story time. This was almost 20 years ago, so my memory might be a little hazy. With XCOM gone and no sign of any survivors from HQ, I had somehow fallen in with a couple of other misfits the aliens hadn't managed to kill yet. We mostly kept our heads down and scavenged what we could. Until one day we found a map. A map claiming to point towards a human sanctuary. A gathering place for those of us still out there. We were suspicious, of course, but we didn't really have much else to lose. 5 minutes in either direction and we would have never met. But for whatever reason, my little group seemed to get along pretty well. We weren't much more than wandering vagabonds at that point, but the map gave us a purpose. Something to work towards. That meant moving through occupied territory, though. So this was sure to be a test of our resolve. I had been moving in the fringes, surviving on whatever I could, wherever I could. Truth be told, I had just about given up on everything by then. Our so-called leaders had already told the world the fight was over, and I was in no position to convince anyone otherwise. Hostile neutralized.
Fallado.
I could use the exercise. Especially how I made it out of the base back then. I woke up in a smoking pile of rubble and crawled as far as I could. Beyond that, there was a lot of dark, bitter days in between. Moving to designated coordinates. Taken care of. On reserve. Strange to think what it was like back then, before Advent became the front. There were plenty of aliens, but a lot less barking. Stranger still is how quickly people forgot what the real faces of the war looked like. You wouldn't think the novelty of alien invaders would ever wear off. Silly-ass rumors about shape-shifting animals, vehicles, all kinds of things. That made trust even harder to come by among strangers. Headed there now. specimens we could scrounge up. We didn't know a whole lot about the alien tech back then. I figured if we actually found anything XCOM built, at least I could count on it being pointed at the aliens first.
En marcha a las coordenadas designadas.
Roger that. Frag out!
Todo cubierto. El blanco sigue en pie. ¡No, por favor!
Got him! The first day went well, but now the aliens knew we were up to something. Our first stop yielded a few decent upgrades, but nothing that was gonna set the world on fire. And there was only so much we could take with us. We had to travel light if we were gonna keep up this pace. We had no idea who made the map in the first place, but if there really was some kind of hidden sanctuary out there, I wanted to see it for myself. The map was steering us right through town, but we figured maybe we'd creep through the cemetery instead to keep things quiet. I tried to take a few notes just in case we forged a new path. If history was going to be written by the victors, then I at least wanted to have something ready just in case we finally got our act together. We were all a little suspicious, but we managed to pick up another recruit near the cemetery. As risky as it was, we needed all the help we could get, and I wasn't worried about splitting the gear another way. Once we got close, the aliens were all over us pretty quick. What we found was difficult to face.
Ya no es una amenaza. Voy hacia allá. Explorando.
Enemy down!
¡Les hemos hecho huir!
In the 2 years or so since we lost the base, I hadn't heard so much as a peep about XCOM, much less run into any familiar faces. Most people never knew we existed in the first place, so there wasn't a whole lot of point in asking around. Moving. Fire in the hole!
¡Me dirijo allí!
We had spent a fair amount of time together, but my new friends didn't know much about my background. To them, I was just an ex-military survivor, another broken-down veteran. As time went on, I think they started to piece it together on their own, and I didn't mind keeping them guessing.
Back online!
Got it, moving.
Yo me encargo. Allí voy.
I'm on it. What's making that noise? Get it together. I got to thinking about all the people I know for sure didn't make it out of HQ. Assuming the aliens haven't tried to clear it out, that mountain is the final resting place for a lot of good people. I had always hoped to go back there one day and put up a marker, or something at least.
Recibido.
Get ready for a surprise! And we're off! Got him!
¡Se desplazan para flanquearme!
That one hurt a little. Watch the dice! Who's got a medkit?
¡Enemigos en movimiento! ¡Nos flanquean! ¡No! I wanna go home!
Missed the target.
I might need some help.
¡Vigilad los flancos!
Moving to designated coordinates.
Voy a la posición designada. Blanco inutilizado. Me quedo sin munición en el arma. Hostile neutralized. Han eliminado a uno de los nuestros.
Nailed him.
I'll never forget the ones that helped me get to this point. I wouldn't be here without their sacrifice. We had gotten used to salvaging gear by that point. We'd picked through just about everything left on the alien bodies. When we got there, the police station was overrun with Advent troops. And they weren't taking any prisoners. Seeing what they had done to the station, knowing there had been people in there. If we were angry before, now we were motivated.
Got a piece of the armor.
Went off the armor.
Moving to position. Target neutralized.
Vale, voy. Todo cubierto. What's over there? I definitely got that one. Vale, voy. Afirmativo, cubriendo. Compruébalo antes Parece acercarse.
The police were in no position to fight a war, much less an alien invasion. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them tried, but most of them didn't live long enough to do any real damage. The situation here was a little different, though. There were a lot of dead aliens piled up. More than usual, anyway.
I'll get him next time.
On the move. Bombs away!
Si tú lo dices. Eso es. I think you're melting. It's dead. It has to be dead.
As far as I could tell, someone had gotten trigger happy with a whole bunch of plasma grenades. Which side was responsible wasn't clear, but someone had torn this place up, and it looked like everyone involved paid the price.
Kill confirmed.
I'm on it.
Te haré caso. If you say so. Before you get too close. ¿Qué hay ahí? Te tengo. Estás a salvo. ¿Eso es?
Incoming fire! I've got Advent troops here!
The reality of it was, these people had a choice. They could have kept running. They didn't have to stop here. Didn't have to make a stand. But for whatever reason, I guess they had finally had enough. They knew what was coming, and they stood and faced it down, right up until the end.
Moving! Back online!
On your order. You're safe. Now get out of here. Reloaded.
¡Preparaos para una sorpresa! Varios hostiles eliminados. I guess that'll be okay. Gonna need to reload soon. Supongo que está bien. Scanning.
There's a little woozy here!
If a bunch of civilians were willing to stand up to Advent knowing they didn't have a chance in hell, what would history have said about us if we had turned and run away? None of us had any intention of leaving that place before the aliens paid for what they had done.
Está muerto. Tiene que estarlo. I'm trusting you here. Oh yeah. munición!
Scanning. Know it at the time, but I suppose this whole situation is even sadder when you consider most of these aliens are just pawns in the Elders' game. Not that I feel bad for them, but do you think the Elders care how many of these things we killed?
Compruébalo antes de acercarte. Necesito munición. ¿Qué hay ahí? ¡Pum! You're vulnerable.
To flank me!
¡Ah! ¡Está dentro de mí!
Moving to position. Grenade out!
We cleared the police station and moved on as quickly as we could. There was nothing left of this town to save anymore.